can't be sleeping.
All right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
Here we go, my first NBA game. This is something I've been waiting for my entire life. And to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. But I know this is where I belong. So I just gotta get out there and do what I was born to do. I hope I can make my family proud.
The starting lineup for the visiting Philadelphia 76ers. At shooting guard.
This is it. Opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action. Of a lifelong dream, a special individual taking to the hardwood as we'll get to watch the first official NBA appearance from Freak.
Yeah, and whether he has friends and family in the crowd tonight or watching at home, I know a lot of people are proud of this young man. He's worked so hard to achieve this goal.
Yeah, and the future's bright for him, Greg. Not just tonight and not just this season, but for years to come.
And so in the game for the 76ers, they've got Carl Landry. He's out there with Embiid. Tony Roten out there with Grant. And it's Sampson in at the 2 spot. And guys, the Sixers drafted Embiid 3rd overall despite a foot injury that would keep him out all of his rookie season. Came to the Sixers with a back issue out of Kansas. Of course, they knew all this going in.
And Kevin, the Sixers have made an art here lately of drafting players who aren't immediately eligible to play. 2 years ago, it was Nerlens Noel who set out the season with the knee injury. Last year, it was Dario Saric who played overseas, and now Embiid.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Embiid with the steal. Over to the wing. Sampson kicks to Embiid. Grant gets a wide-open look. Drains it from beyond the arc. Now it's a 4-point Philadelphia lead.
You know, regarding Joel Embiid, the foot was not his only injury when he entered the draft. In his one season at Kansas, he battled both back and knee injuries. Obviously, though he's very young, his durability is of some concern.
Sampson kicks to Cannon. To the middle, here's Landry. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Thomas goes in, and he gets it to go. Thomas got 8.
And talking about Joel Embiid, there are some who feel the Sixers targeted guys in the draft last year who couldn't help them win games. One wonders at what point does it become anti-competitive. And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really smooth. They started the game off tortoise-like, but their offense coming to life.
Yeah, they've got a little bit more pep in their step as they start to put together some rhythm.
Landry gets the bucket.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Here's Freak. And that one comes up a bit short.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
The 76ers have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far.
And looking at last season's numbers, down.
And we finished one.
Okay, everybody, pay attention. We definitely got some stuff to go over from the first half. We're not going to let this game get away from us. I like how many points we were able to generate from the paint in the half. Our offense should have a nice balance to it going forward because their D has no choice but to put some more bodies in the middle and create some space for us on the perimeter. On a down note, we've been a little too reckless on D and it's giving them more free throw opportunities than I'd like to see. Let's reel it in a little. And let's not lean too much on the fast break in the second half. Get things set up when we can. The points will come fast enough. Don't worry. We can get back into this game in a heartbeat. It's only going to take a minute to get on a run and chop that lead down. But I don't want us to wait around. Let's do it fast.
Here we go, Boston. Now coming onto the court.
The second half just about to get going here. And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Nerlens Noel comes in for Hollis Thompson.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the 76ers.
Clark, free throws were a big factor in this one.
Yeah, you know what? It's great to get to the line, Kevin, but the other half of that is you got to convert, and they did that.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season, Greg. You love to get an opponent figured out early when you're going to be seeing them that often.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Roten. A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
Freak in at the 4 spot. Smart is out there with Turner. Then there's Jerebko, and it's Olynyk in at center. That's the Boston 5.
Evan Turner.
He hits one and misses one each at the line. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Sampson. There's a screen by Noel. Here's Grant. Rebound Boston.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. A resounding victory for them. And Greg.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and his work distributing the basketball was tremendous. Always had his head up, looking to create. And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just
I'm coming home. New York City, baby. I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited. Mama, Pops, and Cece, yeah, they're gonna be there. Playing in front of them in an NBA uniform for the first time is gonna be a special moment for me. Now, I know all of Harlem's gonna be watching. No pressure, right? It's all good, though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And I'll be ready.
It's an All-Eastern Conference matchup in today's game as the Celtics come into town for this one. Well, before you look ahead to your busy week, sit down, relax, pull up a chair as we bring you another NBA broadcast. And thanks for sharing part of your weekend with us. Here for Brooklyn, Bargnani is checked in for Lopez. Thomas Robinson comes in for Young. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Joe Johnson. And Ellington is subbed in for Bogdanovich. And a new group in for the Celtics. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Zeller. Freak comes in for David Lee. Turner's checked in for Jay Crowder. And Smart subbed in for Bradley. On the floor for Boston, Freak, he's in at power forward. Smart is out there with Thomas. Then it's Olynyk, and it's Turner in at the small forward.
And Isaiah Thomas, traded last season from Phoenix over to Boston, seemed to be a matter of fit and not production as to why they moved it. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Now here's Smart. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Clock at 4. From past the arc, Robinson pulls it in. Nets trail by 15. Here's Hollis Jefferson, and the shot is long. Smart passes to Thomas. Shoots the 3. Can't get it to go. Ellington. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. And Celtics head coach Brad Stevens lured away.
The only hard part of that decision is leaving a place that...
I wonder if Coach Brad Stevens feels like he's recruiting another college class with all those draft picks Boston is stockpiled.
Well, I don't know how he would address that question, but I do know he's feeling real good about his decision. I mean, taking the Celtics to the playoffs in just his second season, I mean, I think he's one of the bright coaching stars in the NBA today. It was the NBA's gain and college basketball's loss when he moved on to the Celtics.
That's on me.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Boston?
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Hollis Jefferson is out there with Robinson. Then there's Wayne Ellington. Then it's Bargnani. And it's Bogdanovich in at the shooting guard. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Here's Turner. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Well, so far for Coach Brad Stevens.
And we've reached...
Well, David, obviously...
Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close. And so it's the Boston...
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille Avery Bradley. He had an outstanding fourth quarter where he... And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille...
What a life, eh, freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, I'm living the dream. Mad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes good. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I took my tech stock public and I rang the New York Stock Exchange bell, and my mom's friends called her up and said, "Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell?" And my mom says, "Yes, sirree, Bob, it was him." That was a great moment, freak. And you know, our lives are like a pearl necklace of great moments, all strung together with the finest silk thread of memories. And we have to be very careful how we cultivate those pearls and we thread that necklace.
Does this meeting by any chance have to do with Vick Van Leer?
I grew up in the burbs, freak. I wasn't poor, upper middle class, comfortable. My daddy worked as an accountant for one of the largest insurance firms in the country. Smart with his money. Mom didn't have to work. I went to boarding school. And then my dad died of a heart attack when I was a freshman at MIT. I was a movie geek, wanted to be a civil engineer, but I made my fortune by becoming a hybrid of both those interests. My dad didn't want me to be an accountant. Oh, listen to this. My best friend was a guy named Isidore. Yeah, we called him Izzy. He was one of the smartest human beings I have ever met in my life. I mean, Izzy was taking second-year college calculus courses as a high school sophomore, right? Straight-A student, full ride to MIT. Izzy had the world at his fingertips. But he was always looking for trouble, and trouble found him. He ran with the wrong crowd. And when we got to MIT, he got this great job working for a financial consulting firm in Boston. But every weekend, he would fly to Vegas. You see, Izzy had a system for counting cards in Vegas that had the big casinos on the Strip. Oh, it's stymied. He would come back to MIT with suitcases filled with $200,000 in cold cash.
What?
Yeah.
So your man Izzy was getting hit off like that?
Like a fat rat in a cheddar cheese factory, freak.
Okay, so what happened to this dude Izzy, because he's dope?
No, not dope. Dead. After he'd been missing for 3 weeks, the Nevada State Police never found hide nor hair of Isidore. And our friendship took a hit when he asked me to hang out with him in Vegas, and I said I wouldn't do it because I knew he was on a dark and twisted path in his life. And yes, he was my dude. But no way was I gonna throw my life away trying to show my loyalty to a guy who really and truly didn't understand what loyalty was all about.
So this meeting is about Vick.
Correctamente.
Okay, well, sir, Vick isn't Izzy.
And why's that, freak?
Well, for one thing, you and your dead friend Izzy didn't grow up poor. Me and Vick grew up in a neighborhood where we had to look over our shoulder every 2 seconds to make sure nobody was going to walk up on us and rob us.
True. Izzy and I did not grow up in the hood. But we, like you, thankfully grew up in a 2-parent household. But even that wasn't enough for Izzy. He wasn't satisfied. He was always looking for a 5-alarm fire when he already had the warmth and comfort of a loving family. This is not about class warfare, freak. This is about the consequences of making bad choices and risking it all when you feel like you have nothing to lose.
Vick is like a brother to me, sir.
But you shouldn't be Brother Vick's keeper, freak. Would a brother go looking for trouble and put your career and your livelihood at risk by getting into fights at nightclubs and seedy after-hour joints and then scream to the media, "Yeah, it's all good, I'm an FOF, friendo freak. It's all misunderstanding. Y'all be haters, don't hate my game." I don't think a brother would do that to someone they really cared about, but a guy who looked at you like a meal ticket would.
No. See, you don't understand Vick.
Really? I don't understand.
No.
Look, man, it was a misunderstanding with the guy in the next VIP booth. His honey started flirting with me, so naturally I started flirting back. Next thing I know, Captain Cornball's off my grill piece beefing. Next thing he know, he got a 2-piece and a biscuit on his left eye. Hey, I don't know who hit him, and it damn sure wasn't me. Hey. Captain Cornball's mad because I'm an FOF, friend of freak. Hey, but check this out, though. He needs to train that hottie before he leave the house, though. Yo, he's hot as ain't loyal, man.
What's there to understand? Are you freaking blind? You know, I just want to know, how much did you pay your lawyers to make all this go away?
Almost 100,000.
Excuse me, son, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said I paid almost $100,000.
Exactly. And if you keep riding shotgun with Vick, you're gonna go broke. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Look, Vick is my friend, and I grew up with him. How many times I gotta tell you, sir?
Freak, this is not a request. I am not asking you to do this. I am telling you to do this. And the first order of business is that Mr. Vick Van Leer is banned from traveling with you on the road. Vick is banned from the locker room. And Vick is banned from this arena. And if I catch this guy, Vick, in or anywhere near the facilities, Mr. Vick Van Leer will be arrested for trespassing.
Are you serious, sir?
Brother, I'm as serious as cancer. We all know that can be deadly.
You know, me and Vick were kids, playing summer tournaments at the Dome. We always imagined making it to the pros, right? And after the crowds left, just a street light was on the court, like 11:30, 12 midnight, even 1 in the morning sometimes. We used to practice player introductions, running on the court, giving dab, high-fiving the teammates. Vick, he would act as an announcer. You know, he would introduce me and announce my name on a loudspeaker, and the Jumbotron would flash my image like a little guy dressed in long shorts and a jersey. And now, fresh off his 3-game, 62-point scoring streak, the youngest player to ever do so in NBA history, Frequency Vibrations. So me and Vick would sit in those empty bleachers at the Dome and dream like nobody's business. And now I'm living a dream. For real. And in so many ways, Vick was part of that.
Please, listen to me. I mean, I know this guy's your dude from way back.
Look, me and Vick go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
That's good. We go way back. Did you say front seats?
Front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
We go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac. Well, do you have any crickets? I'm gonna be the hit once again at Herbie Allen's Sun Valley Shindig because my fellow billionaires love it when I walk and talk that talk.
So that almost sounds...
No, let me tell you exactly what it sounds like. I respect, admire, and most importantly, love you as a human being and a role model. But I pay you a lot. And I mean, I pay you a lot of money to play for my team. And I am in this game to win it. And you can't win it with an albatross around your neck like Vick. So Vick is done. History And here's some more lingo that I picked up from a former megastar who used to play for me several seasons ago. Thought I would never release him until I did. And now he's the sixth man on a struggling team in Venice. And yeah, I'm talking Venice with the canals and the gondolas and Harry's bar, not the street ballers next to the fortune tellers on the beach in Cali. This guy used to tell me when he thought there was a player destroying our team, don't be a hero, cut that zero. And that is what I am telling you about Vick, freak. Don't be a hero, cut that zero. The only thing Vick brings into your life is headache and unwanted and unnecessary negative attention. And it will begin to affect your mindset. And when it affects your mindset, it's gonna affect your play. And when it affects your play, it's gonna affect my team. And when it affects my team, it's gonna affect my money. And if it affects my money, Google Translate will become your new freaking friend. I want a championship ring, freak, and I want you to help me get that ring. And banners after banners hanging from the rafters in this arena. So, freak, hear me clearly and hear me good. V, G, Vick, gotta go! Handle your business. And remember, that contract you signed contains a morality clause, a very important clause that revolves around your conduct on and off the court, and how it can negatively impact my team. Now, I don't want you to have to learn Italian or Croatian as a second language. And hey, playing pro ball overseas, there's nothing wrong with that. But the arenas are nothing like this, nor will the money be the same. And on top of all of that, this is the US of A, the greatest freaking country in the world. Ask yourself, is Vick worth all that? Think about it. Think long, think wrong.
Tell you about Vick. He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments might shadow his actual character. He's not that at all. Man, Vick, let me tell you something. We actually, we have love for each other. We're brothers. Blood couldn't make us any closer at all. I mean, he has so much loyalty to me and to my family. You could see even Cece, has issues with him, but he still loves her. He still loves her.